What's going on, YouTube? It's Good One Solutions coming back to you. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video, but I figured a good time to get back into it. So, the subject of today's topic, and I'm sorry about the bumpy ride here, bumpy camera. I'm currently heading back towards Charleston, West Virginia, with a load out of Canton, Ohio. The subject of today's video, I've seen this quite a bit actually lately. Still working for LEL Logistics, a little company out of Canton, Ohio, good paying company. I've made a video about it, which I plan on making another video here soon, talking about my 1 year experience with them and everything like that. So, subject of today's video is I want to talk about new drivers. Okay, now I've probably touched on this subject once before in my past videos and stuff, but it's come to my attention through a mutual source that new drivers are very, somewhat ashamed of them starting out at like a starter company. Now, we call them starter companies because, well, you just came out of CDL school, you're getting a truck with a trainer, and some drivers new drivers tend to be a little ashamed of it. I'm going to tell you something right now, and this is coming from a guy who actually did start out at his starter company, which if you've followed my channel at any time, you know I started out at U.S. Express. They're not a bad starter company, but they're not exactly the best. My advice to any new driver is this, all right? When you start out in the trucking industry, it's basically like you getting a credit card. You're going to have, if you have bad credit and stuff, you're not going to have a very high credit limit. Okay? It's the same principle with starter companies. When you start out, you're not going to be making much money. And you're going to have to work through it. It's going to be a pain in the butt. You're going to hate it. You're going to think about quitting. And you're going to hate it because senior drivers who've had more time in than you are going to be getting better loads and everything like that. And it's really going to eat at you. But keep in mind, though, mega carriers like Swift, Knight, U.S. Express, Snyder, Prime, all of them, yeah, they're mega carriers, and you've got to keep in mind that they're not going to start paying you like top dollar. Oh, they'll tell you that they'll pay you top mileage and things like that, but when it's all said and done with, you ain't going to be making much because, one, they're not going to trust you. Two, you've got to establish that you're a reliable driver, and it's not exactly the dispatcher's fault per se. I mean, there's good dispatchers, there's bad dispatchers. It's just like you get to pick the litter. But don't be ashamed because you go to a brand new company. Well, you go to a starter company, my bad, and people ask you, like, oh, we're truck drivers, you've been out here in the industry. They ask you, you just got your CDL, so where do you plan on going? And I've heard some guys say, Swift. Yeah, I know, all of us truckers, we like to make fun of Swift, and we like to call them the crash kings of the road, which is pretty funny because, well, we've all seen Swift trucks and memes and everything else about them. But all actuality, all jokes aside, Swift is a very huge mega carrier. I think one of the biggest in the United States. And there's nothing wrong with starting out at a starter company. You get your experience in, you get what I would personally recommend to all new drivers are, when you go to a starter company, at least try to get 2 years in. Get you 2 years in, and if you're not making that much money, and you find something better in your area, by all means, go for it. Because there's always something out there better trucking wise. Now, maybe not so much in your area. If you live in, states like, West Virginia, things like that, there may not be very many, opportunities. But my point of it is that at least try to get your 2 years in, because once you get those 2 years in, then you can go to a company that does pay better, and you're better financially. Because the more experience you get, the more valuable you become. And more likely a company that requires more experience is going to hire you. So starter companies, they're not a bad deal. They suck, yes. They don't pay you very much. But it's good to get your experience going and get your foot in the door, as I was told when I first started out. You're at least getting your foot in the door, get your experience in, and then once you're like 2 years are up, go find you something better if you can. Now, some people it's not a possibility, but for others it is. Because me, I've done my 2 years, well, a year and a half to 2 years at U.S. Express over the road, and then I went and found myself a better job here at LEL, which I get paid by the hour. I'm home every night, and I don't have to touch my freight, which is very good. But the moral of this video is, for you new drivers out there, don't be ashamed because you have to go to a mega carrier for a starter company, or because that's the only company that will hire you because you're a new driver. Sorry about that, that's my lane departure. Need to learn how to drive a little better. But yeah, don't be ashamed because you're starting out at U.S. Express, Schneider, or Prime, or something like that. Just remember that in the long run, the company might suck and the dispatchers might be idiots, but in the long run, you'll have the experience, you'll be able to go out there and find you a better job, and you'll be able to put some money in your pocket if you get on with the right company. So that's my lesson for you all today. And if you will, like the video, comment down below if you want to. I try to respond to any comments I get. I know the channel's not very big. I appreciate all my subscribers. I know it's been a while, and I plan on trying to make some more videos as I go along. And, well, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.